Ladies and gentlemen, it is a Friday night, and it can only mean one thing. You are with the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. And what a difference a week can make in the way you feel about a hockey team, specifically speaking about the New York Rangers. Welcome to episode 3. We are joined tonight, as always, by our friend Beano from Queens.
Good morning.
AJ Harrison, also from Queens.
Sure.
Okay. Alex Diffendale is back with us this week. Alex, how was the anniversary dinner last week?
It was good. Where did
What
we
was
go?
on the menu?
I don't remember.
I thought you were home,
I
like
don't know.
making calzones or some shit.
Yes,
A lot of fish
yes.
on the menu.
It was. I don't know. I made something. I don't remember what it was, but it was good. Whatever
Okay,
I made,
was
it was good.
Was it better than this?
What, Blue Point?
No, was it? No, the being on the podcast. You missed the podcast for it.
What can be better than fucking four idiots?
I did not miss
hanging
the
out
podcast. I still tuned in and got a trivia question right. So,
Okay. Well, here we
No
are.
credit.
which Beano is arguing.
Asterisk.
Yeah, no credit. No credit. No
Oh,
credit.
that was last week.
Yeah.
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 Feels like a month ago.
But maybe we should count that one then. I don't know. We'll do a majority rules. We'll talk about it when we get to trivia later on. Plenty to cover. In the meantime, so much happened this week since we've been together last Friday. Shit's gone down. So let's get into it. Obviously, the big story during the week was the Tony D situation, and that still has yet to come to a head. I mean, shit went down after that first Penguins game that we'll talk about in a second. A fight, apparently, between D'Angelo and Georgiev with
Allegedly.
Andre Miller stepping in to break it up, becoming even more of a
Oh, I
Ranger
thought-
legend immediately, or not.
The fight was confirmed.
We don't know what happened. The fight's confirmed, but we don't know if it was him and Georgiev. Then
Yeah.
Kreider had bruised knuckles, but Georgiev had was it a shadow or a bruise over his eyebrow last night?
Yeah,
So Tony D is
Was,
long and
was there a
story.
second spitter?
There might have been a second spinner.
It's Kreider, Knucklegate, D'Angelo, Puckgate, and Punchgate, and not going to have a job.
A lot of gates. But at the end of it, Tony D'Angelo was put on waivers, not claimed, pretty much sent to the taxi squad, but sitting on his couch until they work out a trade. So what are our overall thoughts on it? I remember back distinctly to the first podcast, it ending with, I believe, Alex holding up a sign that said "Free Tony D." Well, we did. So
Yeah,
how do you
they
feel
listened.
about it now? How do you feel about it now?
Listen, I was a huge fan of Tony D coming into the year. He had an awesome year last year. Guy's got a ton of skill, but obviously you heard from Gordon. They gave him tons of chances. And that was it. He ran out of chances. And some point you got to grow up. Like, he acts, judging like this, he's not good in the locker room. So at one point you got to grow up. And you're only going to get a certain amount of chances. And his luck ran out in New York.
Which is odd that you say that because there's like Rangers on tape saying about how he's such a great guy in the locker room and he's hilarious. But
Well, now they're trying to.
guess
They're
it's stop
shopping
being funny.
They're shopping. That's why he's a great guy again.
Oh, yeah.
They took him. That's why he's such a great guy.
Right.
But there's
Bring
no
that
bigger
value
fan
back
than
up.
me. And this is horrible situation. And I don't know who's gonna. No, they didn't want to take him for just paying him. Now they're gonna trade players to us. I don't see this happening anytime
Yeah, but
soon.
apparently there's interest, isn't there?
Yeah, for a bad contract. They want the Rangers to take back a bad contract.
Like a bunch of teams have kicked the tires on Tony D, according to
Like
Drager or whoever
Derek
these guys are.
Stepan.
Yeah,
I
he
would
can-
welcome the American Bald Eagle back to the Rangers, by the way. Guy could win a face-off.
yeah, he can play for us, but as long as you guys pay him, that's probably the only scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We'll take him off your hands.
Yeah.
But he was an ass. I said a couple of weeks ago. He's an asshole. He's always been an asshole, but he was our asshole. But eventually,
The
assholes
Rangers-
do asshole things, and now he's getting paid
The
to sit at
Rangers
home like
knew
half
he
of
was
America.
an asshole. They knew he was an asshole when they were getting him.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure they've sat down with him a couple.
They had
bunch
to
of
have done
times.
their homework on this kid. And he's a kid, man. He's young. What is he, 24?
Maybe 20.
Yeah, but you're a
26.
professional athlete. You got to act like you
I understand
can't
that.
act like that.
When you're
understand that.
playing well and putting up points,
Exactly. Yep.
but when you're
Yeah.
not doing that, that's what
That certainly helps. That did not.
I didn't like
didn't help.
I
him.
didn't like the whole Keandre Miller thing. Like they said, the puck thing was false and everything. JD confirmed that
It was false.
for him to get dragged into it, that was complete bullshit. But
But
are you
apparently-
that's just
Are
what
you
you get from
surprised?
people on the internet. Yeah, people on the internet. That's
The
what they
woke
do.
mob came for him the second they had any kind of fuel to do it.
But this is kind of isn't this kind of on the Rangers for not issuing a statement or something when then they let just
They should
Twitter
have been
just
out
run
like
wild
that.
with this. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But
I think
they
Twitter,
let-
Twitter's
the,
it's
the
going to run
puck,
wild either way.
the puck thing is common though. You of hiding like the player's first goal, like in
As a
like
joke.
Amazing.
As a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke, and he gets it back like that night. It's not like it's just give him a little shake up. He's a rookie, and but of
I have
course,
no problem. I have no problem with that. That's fun. Whatever. It's
Tony
funny
D is attached. So
because, well, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with the trade coming up. Obviously, it's the way people are talking. It's imminent at some point.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get traded.
So,
if they get anything for him, it's a steal. Because otherwise, you're just paying
Yeah,
the guy
of
to sit at
course.
home and do nothing.
who owes Rangers a favor? Like, who owes us a favor? That's what,
it's a good question.
Nobody. We've been fleecing a lot of people.
Tampa, Columbus. It was always kind of the same kind of people. We'll see.
Phoenix, Arizona. That's where we got Tony D in the first place, right?
Arizona, Maloney.
You guys want this guy back?
We'll pay him. We'll pay him. Just take him.
It's like
It's
Nolan
funny.
Arenado. They're paying Nolan. The Rockets
Oh
are
my
paying Nolan
God.
Arenado this year.
AJ,
They're
you
paying
have
him like
a
the last year of his deal.
hard on to talk about baseball.
You start a baseball podcast.
We
I
start a
don't-
Ranger podcast, and you brought up the Mets or baseball every single 3 episodes.
I don't get boners often anymore. I got whatever gets me hard. I got to talk about it.
Okay. Anyway, before we have two
Producer
guests coming
jumping
on
in to
tonight.
say, "Wow,
Okay, Billy, you stay behind the curtain.
will do."
So we're gonna have Patrick Hoffman come on in a little bit. We're gonna have Natalina from Forever Blue Shirts, come on in a little bit. But before we do that, let's just talk about some of these games that happen. And it's funny because for the Penguins game on January 30th, that's what date? What day was that? I don't even know. Last Saturday.
5-6 days ago.
So
I've lost track.
in my notes, because you know that we're diligent note takers during these games now. I literally in the first period I wrote this is before the whole thing happened with Tony D after this game, right after Crosby scored the overtime winner, and I wrote in the first period, I've soured on Tony D, and it's his own fault. It's like I knew what was coming.
Interesting.
He just wasn't playing well. He wasn't playing well. He wasn't putting up points. I don't know what happened to make me write that, but I'm sure he did something stupid.
Would they lost that game 5-4?
No, they lost. I think it was 3-2.
That was the
They
back
lost.
and forth game,
That was
right?
The overtime loss.
They lost.
Yeah.
They lost
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
it
of
was
games
5-4.
by a
Crosby in
goal.
overtime.
Oh, that was 5-4.
they
And
look-
Aaron scored on the power play.
It's crazy how they could look that bad defensively in one game, and then like the past 2 games they've looked awesome.
That's the only game they've looked bad defensively, other than opening night.
Opening night, yeah. But how does that happen?
I don't know. We're going
No,
back a
Penguins-
week.
Penguins get paid. They get paid to play too. They got Sidney
But-
Crosby. They got Malkin. They got fucking
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot
Brian-
has
He didn't play
changed.
still.
all of a sudden.
lot
Brian
has
Russ
changed in
is
this week.
fucking-
That was the game that Blackwell got hurt.
Well, my man.
Kevin Rooney scored in that game. Kreider scored. They took some bad penalties.
Rudy scored in the both Penguin games. He scored in both Penguin games, right?
Rooney scored that shorthanded goal from Keandre Miller in that first Penguin game, which was that was the 2-0. That was pretty sweet.
That feels like so long ago now. It feels so.
I know so much has happened since that game, but a lot happened in that game. Smith didn't play in the third period because I think he made a bad play on one of the goals.
No, that's when he went to hit.
Is that when he got hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay somebody out. I don't know who. I don't remember.
All right, because in my second period notes, I wrote Brendan Smith isn't good. So something
that
must have
was,
went wrong.
That was Tanev. He tried to knock out Tanev.
Yes.
Yo.
The open ice hit.
The guy turned
Tanev, whatever
at like
his
the
name
last
is.
second. Yeah.
And
That
Smith
guy.
went night night.
What is?
Smith went night night right there.
Yeah, he took,
He's like
he took
healed
the
over.
worst of that.
Brandon Tanev is a pain in the balls. I can't stand him. I can't. And he's all over the ice when they play the Rangers, and they have no answer for that Penguin fourth line. At least they didn't in that game. And we know what happened at the end of that. That's the controversial play in overtime when D'Angelo and Panarin and Mika got stuck out there, and the Penguins made 3 full changes, and D'Angelo's coming around the net, and Georgiev plays the puck, and then Crosby comes around and ends up in the net, and then of course the rest is history with the fight and in the tunnel, and then the whole Tony D thing. But of course, Sidney Crosby scores the overtime winner, which Georgiev should have probably had.
Yeah, but he was probably exhausted too, Georgiev. That play you were just talking about, I didn't see a problem with it because D'Angelo was getting beat to that puck anyway.
I didn't say there was a problem with it, but
I don't know if he was getting beat
bet
to
you
it.
that's why that they had a confrontation because Tony was pissed that Georgie played the puck on that play and it ended up in the back of the net. But Crosby scored the OT winner, and then I think like 2 minutes later in a different game, Ovechkin scored an OT winner, and then like 3 minutes after that, McDavid scored an OT winner. So that was quite the night for some star players winning it in overtime. But that was a lifetime ago now, last Saturday. And then the whole thing happens with Tony D on Sunday, and then they play Pitt on the 1st of this month, which, if I look at my calendar, was Monday night, last Monday. And this was one of those good games that we had. And no, Smith got hurt on Monday. I have it written down. Don't play me. Smith made a bad play in that Saturday game. That's why I wrote it down. I can't remember specifically what he did, but it was probably dumb. Anyway, so the Rangers lost.
Whatever he did was better than whatever Jack Johnson was going to do. So.
Exactly.
Right. So obviously Johnson's been hurt. He's been hurt. He's been out of the lineup. And now Monday is when things started to turn to the positive. We knew that Tony D had played his last game as a Ranger. We played the Penguins again. Pavel Buchnevich had a great game. What's happening? What are we hearing? Who's screaming?
It's probably AJ.
I can literally see your TV on.
That's my TV.
What are you watching?
I'm not watching anything. Somebody's watching Chicago PD, I think.
All right, tell them to turn it down. We're trying to run a professional podcast here.
Yeah,
no, that can't. Yeah.
The penalty kill in the game on Monday was awesome. I think they were 6 for 6.
It's been awesome.
Kreider scored that power play goal. Panarin with the empty netter has expired, and they just looked so much better in that game. Kreider started to look. That's when the corner started. Kreider started to look better in that game. Shesterkin played and looked more comfortable. This is when I feel like it started to turn.
On that, the power play penalty kill. Pittsburgh was 0 for 7 going into that game, so now they were 0 for 13 after that game. I don't know what they've done since, but their power play has been atrocious over the last.
It looked bad too in that second game. They looked terrible.
Right time. We got them at the right time. That's all that matters. But
that's fine. If that gets the PK going. Yeah, Rooney scored another goal in that game.
Turning point of that game was the Howden fight at the end of the first.
Oh,
got the boys going. Got the boys going into the locker room. Then they locked it down after that. It wasn't a great fight, but he stepped in for somebody else. I'm not sure who it was. He stepped in front of someone and fought. I think who'd he fight? What's that guy's name? Damn it.
Fight Kapanen?
Yes, he fought Kapanen, but he stepped in front of somebody. He pulled another Ranger out of the way and fought him.
And that's the first thing that Brett Howden did this year.
I know you
fight.
I don't mind him. He's good on the penalty kill.
Yeah, I like him too, but
he is what he is.
He's not going to score. You can't expect him to score.
He's a fourth line center who got bumped up to the third line when Casino got hurt, and he's not.
Yeah.
This was also the game that Keandre Miller made an all-time play to save a goal after Jacob Trouba wiped out Igor, jumping in front of a puck. That was awesome. I wrote down that Gauthier took a horrible penalty with just over 5 minutes left and killed it off. Lemieux missed a wide open net from center ice, and then Panarin came around and finished the job. But Igor, that was because we'll get into the game yesterday, but Igor looked better in that game. You could tell that he was more comfortable. And we were hoping that they would roll with him when they played the Caps last night, and they did because this goalie carousel, it's not going to work.
He definitely got in that second. Sorry, AJ. He definitely got that second Pittsburgh game. As the game went on, he looked better.
Sorry, AJ. Let me talk over you.
He looked great last night.
I was excited who was going to win that battle, and Beano came out victorious. Go ahead, AJ.
Go ahead, AJ.
I was just going to say he might not have rolled with Shesterkin if Gorgiev didn't get smacked up by Tony D, or whatever happened.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I think Gorgiev still gave up 5 goals, so I think he would have gone back to Igor anyway.
So last night,
the following
what?
game,
right? So we're talking. That's last night. Was the following game after that? So
is that not what we were talking about?
Yeah. So that's where we're at now. So I was nervous going into this game, not just because the Caps are 6-1-3, but because they were starting Vitek Vanacek or Vanacek, however you say it, and I'd only heard of him like 2 days before, and that scares me when the Rangers run into a rookie goaltender, especially one that came in hot. He was like the rookie of the month. Like he stepped in because Samsonov was on the COVID list and played well, and that was scary. And I was predicting a shutout. The Rangers getting shut out. That didn't happen because very early on, Strome scored another goal, and he seems like he's starting to pick it up a little bit. We'll have to talk to Natalina about that. Natalina might be Ryan Strome's biggest fan, so we'll bring him up later. But that's nice to see.
Thanks, Spooner.
Strome will be Strome. Last year, Strome, he just scored goals. He just scored goals.
He just clicks with Panarin too, man.
And that's what we've been waiting. That's what we've been waiting for, because it wasn't happening in these first games where they were losing by a goal, where like a Panarin Strome clicking would make a difference, and now it's starting to slowly make a difference. And I wrote last night that the first period against the Caps was the best period I saw them play all year. They were leading 1-0 afterward. Igor looks sharp. The power play looks great, but it's gotta cash in. Like they're getting all these up. They gotta start scoring on the power play more consistently. They look too good not to.
They keep Carter stands in front. They just play catch with him. He gets the puck in front, gives it back. Gets the puck in front. He doesn't make. There's no play. They're just passing back and forth.
It looks like they're trying that play, get it to Kreider, and they go to the other side to Savannah.
Yeah, like quick.
It's not working because I think they see it coming.
It's not. Yes, I see it coming. So if I see it coming, that's bad news. I'm watching.
They're still getting the chances. Mika has an open shot in the slot. It's got to be 3-4 times a game, and he's either missing the net or hitting the goalie in the chest.
I got to tell you, I love Adam Fox running the power play. Oh my God!
I have nothing to say. This guy's going to be an all-world defenseman for the Rangers for the next 15, 20 years.
He's the power play quarterback they've been.
What a find! What a find! The entire Rangers universe is in love with this kid, and he's a goddamn New Yorker. That makes it even better. I don't know why, but it makes it better.
And he wanted to be here. He forced his way here.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of guys do that to come to the Rangers, but I love it. I want people to play here. I want good players.
And a lot of them don't work out.
Right.
What a player. What a player. You can't say enough about him.
They used to want to come to the Rangers to get paid before the cap.
Yeah.
They just come to the Rangers and we just, pay Gretzky and Bore and all these guys tons of money, but we want good players are coming and getting good contracts, which is
and young.
And speaking of local flavor, how about Anthony Botteto's goal last night? Where did this guy come from? Where the hell does he get off pulling off a move like that? That was art. It was artwork. Good for him. He hadn't scored like 118 games in like 3 years.
He's also not a terrible defenseman. He played for Winnipeg a ton of games last year.
Yeah,
he's just not a goal scorer.
I don't know why I thought he was from Boston. I heard him speak, and I was like, "This guy's."
He
does
sound
Boston,
like he is,
and he's not.
Maybe he went to like college and lived there or something.
Yo, someone not scoring for 3 years and then scoring a goal usually happens against the Rangers. So it was nice for us to do it to someone else.
Yes,
it happened with that guy McCann from the.
Well, Steve Valiquette. In the post game, Valiquette was all over. He loved it. He's like, "Oh, his favorite player was Brian Leetch. He looked like Brian Leetch today." I'm like, "All right, let's calm down a little bit with comparing him to Brian Leetch."
For that,
it was nice. It was
a
a nice
one moment in time.
Oh, that was great. It was great.
He looked like Leetch. He did in that moment. Another thing that stood out to me is that Alex Ovechkin is still just Ovechkin. That guy's goal was unbelievable.
Even the shot that hit.
Hit him high.
Oh my God, that scared me.
He's filthy, and the guy looks like he's 55 years old, but he doesn't physically. He doesn't age at all.
You think he's going to break the record?
I think he's going to break it. There's no reason this guy's not going to play for another 7 years. Let alone he's 30.
How old is he?
Is that what it says? 35, 34?
Yeah, 35, I think.
How old was Yager?
50 goals a year.
Yager's still playing in like the Czech Republic.
Is it really?
Yeah, but how old was he? Yeah. How old was he in the NHL? Wasn't he like 40,
I don't know, 40 something?
It's insane.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't. If he plays, he's gonna break it because he's not. His production isn't slowing down. He's still just a sniper.
Did you hear Sam Rosen last night plugging for him to come play for the Rangers? I don't know if anybody caught that.
Yeah.
I missed it completely.
Because every other player on like the all-time goals list, except for like Brett Hull and one other person, Gordie Howe, everyone else on that list, and like the top 8 played for the Rangers at some point in their career. So Ovechkin's on that list now.
When they were broken down and retired, or should have been.
First of all, Gretzky played pretty well on the Rangers when he was here. Come on.
Yeah, but compared to the rest of his career,
Yager.
Yager has
been
really
broken down.
Yeah, Yager was a good Ranger.
Yager restored the Rangers to legitimacy.
And then he left
and
played
him and Henrik
years in the NHL.
Him and Henrik Lundqvist restored the Rangers. Him and Hank restored the Rangers.
He left and killed Alexei Cherepanov.
AJ.
Oh, you're an ass.
We do not speak of it.
Sorry. Pour one out.
So just to sum up the Capitals game, a second goal from Ryan Strome. It was only a matter of time before Ovechkin scored. Kako had a good game. Nice assist, chipping that puck out on the play that Panarin and Strome connected for another goal. What else? Oh my God, the embellishment call on Kako.
Oh God.
Oh God.
How do you keep your job after a call like that?
So there's no accountability for them. That's a job for life. You have that job until you don't want it anymore.
You know the league is watching these games. They're watching the goals, and they had to see that call. I'm like, what was that?
It was so egregious.
How does the other ref not come over or a linesman and be like, "How can you can't call that embellishment? It was a knee to knee." Like, what's he supposed to do?
There should be some conversation with this was apparently the younger official. Yeah. I don't know. They should have, like you said, Alex, someone should have came over and said, no, that's not the right call. We can talk to each other and fix this because that was horrible.
It didn't hurt us. Thankfully.
Nobody could have.
Yeah, any other night it would have.
And I told you, that's a major penalty. If you stick your leg out deliberately to trip somebody, it's a major penalty. So they missed 2 calls. He botched the Ranger one and didn't even give the right call on the guy committing the penalty.
Anyway, the Rangers won.
I think one other thing I had written down about that the Caps game, the Keandre Miller play. It was like a little play, but Ovechkin was alone in front, and Keandre Miller like stuck his stick out and broke up the shot for Ovechkin, which would have been a real high quality chance. But this kid just makes a play every single game. It's unbelievable.
Fox, Lindgren, and Miller. I'm very comfortable on defense for a long time.
That Ovechkin goal, I think, was the first 5-on-5 goal that Fox and Lindgren gave up all year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Unstoppable goal.
Yeah.
Unless you can win a faceoff. But it is what it is. Rangers win that game. Pavel Buchnevich emptying that goal. Rangers win. Feeling good. Fake fighting in the tunnel. Having fun at practice today. Good times in the Rangers community right now.
Quinn's seat has cooled down.
Very much so. I don't think it was ever hot to begin with. But
it was hot.
It was
come on. They're back to 500.
If they lost,
hasn't even begun to heat up yet.
They're not 500. They're NHL 500, which is complete nonsense.
Hold on.
NHL 500.
They're 4-6.
That's NHL 500. Beano's dead.
Hold on. We had a fight after a game. If we had a fight after the game. If they lost these last 2 games, he would definitely be on the hot seat because that looked like he lost the locker room. His players are fighting in tunnels before a game. But wins changes things, and now all of a sudden, well, I have other concerns. We'll talk about it later.
That's fine. Hey, Billy, man behind the curtain, do we have anyone?
Yes.
Are we good to go? Can we bring on our first guest here?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right, we're about to bring on Patrick Hoffman from the Ultimate Hockey Fan Cave. He's taking time out of his Friday night to join us, and he'll be with us in a moment.
Nothing else going on.
I mean,
Friday night.
There's no Ranger game.
What can you do?
Are you ready?
We're ready.
No, not ready, Charlie.
We are ready.
He's in.
He's in, but we can't see him.
Pat, turn your camera back on.
Patrick, you with us?
Yes, I am.
There he is.
There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Hoffman from the Ultimate Hockey Fan Cave. Welcome to the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. How the hell was your week?
Well, it was certainly good because of the Rangers. Nice when you win a couple of games. It's nice that Panarin is still continue to produce. And it's nice that Shesterkin is looking like the Shesterkin of last season. So it's been a good week.
All right, Pat, let me ask you. My first question is, I know that we were talking back and forth on Twitter setting this up, and you told me that you've been listening to a lot of the games on the radio
Yes.
instead of seeing them on television. How does that change the entire experience for you? Do you prefer it or do you miss TV?
I miss the TV. My friend's apartment does not have cable. I mean, it has Netflix, Hulu. It has all the other cool stuff. But it sucks that I can't watch the actual games. I mean, Kenny and Dave do a great job, and I watch all the highlights on the NHL app. But it's not the same because I want to be seeing all these great plays. Not necessarily the losses, because I know there have been some bad ones. But it'd be nice to actually just see the Garden, see how they're playing, an actual feel for it. Because right now I feel like I don't have a feel for the team. I just know that they've played well over the last week.
Yes, that's what we were talking about. Like we feel better this week than we did last Friday, even though that was right after Lafreniere's overtime goal. So it was okay, but they still were losing close games. So this past couple games have made us feel far, far better.
Just imagine if we hadn't lost all those close games, where we'd be.
You're a goal away every time. It's like at a certain point. Well, you know what it is? The big boys are going to get going. You get Panarin and Strome going now, and once Mika comes around, I think we're kind of back to the point that we were at last year. But I also wanted to ask you, Ultimate Hockey Fan Cave.
Yes.
Is this your thing, or is this some people that you work with? And like, how long have you been there?
This is some people. Let's see. I've been blogging for them since summer of 2017. I mean, I've written for many other blogs, but this particular blog, I've been there for 2017. It's up in Canada near Vancouver. I've never been there. I definitely want to go there. I mean, this place looks absolutely nuts for any hockey fan.
So wait, it's an actual Ultimate Fan Cave. I got to do more homework next time. I got to see this thing.
I actually watched it.
It's made out of hockey sticks.
It seems a bit much to me. They're in outside Vancouver, right? Some island off Vancouver in British Columbia.
Yeah.
And they're Chicago Blackhawks fans. Yeah. First of all, let's get.
Yes, the owner and creator of it is a Chicago Blackhawks fan, and he's got a lot of Chicago Blackhawks stuff in there. But it's mainly just everything hockey.
Do you have like a free pass to go there, like whenever you're able, like as a blogger?
Yeah.
Right, that's good. That's good.
Able to go there and just hang out. I don't know if I ever get there, but I'd like to go there.
Seems like we're not going to get anywhere nowadays, but
no.
What are you going to do? Bean, I know you had a question for Pat, so.
I do have a question, but going back to that, the man cave, it's basically like his backyard / house. He's turned it into an entire hockey haven, like made of like floors made of hockey sticks, like furniture made out of hockey sticks. Yep. It's pretty cool. Not much, but it's pretty cool.
It was his wife that told him to kind of pursue that passion. His wife gave the go ahead, and he was like, "Oh, okay."
Once you get that go ahead, you got to go for it.
Exactly. She says yes, then you got to do what she tells you.
AJ, you think Christina let you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to have a full-size jersey. You can't.
That thing won't even fit on his thigh. Yeah, okay.
Like 5 years ago. That was good.
Bean, ask your question. I know it was a good one.
All right. Bear with me, Pat. I dug deep for this one. You wrote an article back in August when the Rangers got bounced out of the play-in series, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
I'm not going to put you on the spot here, but I need clarification for me. You said the team's goaltending was very questionable. Henrik Lundqvist did a valiant effort, but he allowed a few soft goals, and it ended up hurting the team. Myself, Pat, I've been very critical of Lundqvist the last couple of years. These guys know I like Lundqvist, great goalie.
Great goalie. So casual.
Great goalie.
It's a Mike Richter apology.
My question for you, Pat. Gun to your head. Game 7, Stanley Cup at the Garden.
I know the answer to this.
Or Richter. Who are you playing?
I'm playing Richter.
Oh my God!
That's what I know. See, this is why this man knows his stuff. This man knows.
In Game 7.
It's so close. Because Henrik Lundqvist has been so good for so long, and he's
especially in
You
Game
know,
Seven.
just imagine if we didn't have him, where we'd be.
What did he lose one Game 7 in his career?
Well, you got to get to Game 7.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That
That's
wasn't
the-
even
that's
that
the
wasn't
problem.
even his fault.
Oh dear God! But
That's
all right,
all right.
fine, team. To each their own.
Thank you,
that's fine.
Pat. Pat, we can end it now. We can.
No,
you can
it's-
go sign off.
I
It's
thought you
great
were
to
gonna-
know.
It's so tough because Richter won that cup. Lundqvist, maybe had he had a better team in front of him, probably would have won one already.
I would. Well,
Pat, I just want to say you've been the best guest we've had on this podcast.
you don't know. You don't know what you just
Well done,
did.
man.
You don't know what you just did, Patrick. You have no idea what you
You've
just
given this
I mean,
kid
I feel-
legitimacy. This is
You're killing us.
I feel awful for Lundqvist because he's more than likely going to go down. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. That's an automatic. But he's going to be a Hall of Famer without a cup.
Yep. Unless he gets one as a coach or something.
Yeah,
Which
Doesn't
that's fine.
matter.
That
because
matters.
I
Oh,
was.
say, if
I
one,
don't know if
if
he's
one
gonna
wins,
play
is he still going to get his name?
It's all
Don't
good fun, but I thank you for that verification, Pat. I appreciate it.
AJ, go ahead. Change the freaking subject.
But I saw Pat. I saw on your Twitter feed somewhere it came up that you interned for Stan Fischler for a few years.
Yeah,
What was that like? Because he's
3
like
summers.
he's one of my favorite people in hockey, beside him and Doc Emmerich, and it fucking kills me that they're both associated with the Devils. But it is what it is. But what was that like?
Stan was also associated with the Islanders. It was pretty interesting to see who would call in. Like John Davidson would call in. Mike Emmerich called in once, and I picked up the phone. Messier called in, I picked up the phone, and I couldn't believe that all these great hockey legends were calling in just to talk to Stan. His office was unbelievably small and cramped, and you had 3 interns in there. Couldn't really walk around. It was filled with books, media guides dating back to the early 80s.
That's exactly how I would
Every
picture
hockey
Stan
magazine
Fischler.
you could imagine.
So
I
you
mean,
talked.
I enjoyed it. I got to interview John Davidson. That was my highlight.
You talked to Mike Emmerich on the phone.
What?
You talked to Doc Emmerich on the phone.
I talked to Doc Emmerich on the phone. Yes.
Did he sound like he was announcing a hockey game on the phone? Like, live, Patrick Hoffman. I'm looking for Stan Fischler.
Sashay over there and hand him the phone.
His voice kind of hit that high pitch, and I kind of want to ask him to say, "Hit that post with the shot." I was really tempted to ask him. Can you just please do that one for me?
That's awesome.
Um,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I loved interning for him.
Al, you got anything for Patrick?
Yeah, Pat. Let's go back. We'll talk about like this team right now. Do you see the Rangers this year as a realistic contender, like maybe to actually make the playoffs? Or are we a few years away from that?
I see them as a bubble team for the playoffs this year. It's just unfortunate with the way they have the division. It's gonna be tough for them to get, and I think this will be a season that they can build off of. Unless you see some of the teams at the top just start to fall. I mean, Boston's really tough. Philly's really tough. Washington's really tough. Pittsburgh will probably get their crap together at some point, or maybe they won't. You just have this division has too many good teams. You're gonna have to leapfrog a bunch to get in.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't see it.
Well,
I would like to be positive and say that it could happen, but I see them on the bubble, maybe coming down to the last week of the season. If some of these big guys can start coming up big, like especially Zibanejad, I don't know what happened to him, but he needs to step
he'll
up.
get it going. He'll get it going.
He's skating well. He's just not putting the puck in the net
He'll
right
get
now.
it going. He'll get it going.
He'll get it going in time
let-
for Kreider to
last night-
disappear.
I
Come
think
on,
he needs a
Age.
haircut though. If he cuts his hair, he might be able to score a few goals.
Nice, Ranger
He
Jesus.
looks like he looks like an idiot.
All right, Pat. Before we let you go, I'm going to ask you 2 questions we ask everybody on this show. The first one being,
No,
who
I'll
is
do
your
that. Put it
favorite
in the fridge.
current? Oh, Alex is getting something out of the fridge.
Well,
Oh, he's getting the
I'm-
business.
I'm good.
He's getting the business right
All right,
there.
Take your
Patrick,
headphones
I'm
out.
sorry.
No,
I'm
Mute
sorry,
yourself
Patrick.
before you do that next time.
Mike
Here's the
Carvel just got
question.
delivered.
Here's the question. First question of the last 2. Who's your favorite current Ranger, favorite all-time Ranger?
Current Ranger Shesterkin, all-time Ranger Mike
Oh,
Richter.
Bino, this is your guy, Bino. This is your guy.
I got a
Another
great
peg.
story.
You went up Another peg, Pat.
This is a good Richter story. My dad kind of did some work for the team. Like he taped every goal of every game for 7 seasons, and through doing that, He started representing like Mark Messier, Mike Richter, Colin Campbell, Wayne Cashman, a lot of people associated in the National Hockey League. So Colin Campbell rewarded my dad. This was during the strike-shortened season of 94-95, on a road trip with the team to Montreal. So I saw Mike Richter in like one of those little shops that they have with magazines and everything. And I was a goaltender at the time, and I told him I was having trouble stopping penalty shots. He used 4 different candy bars to show me how to stop a penalty shot.
Wow. What kind of candy bars? Twix, Snickers? What are we talking about?
He used 2 Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups as the net. He used a Snickers as the forward, and I forgot what he used as the goalie of Milky Way.
I wanted to know if
AJ's
you
getting
remember. I
hungry.
wanted to know if you remembered the
Right.
exact candy bar.
I slipped into a diabetic coma as soon as he said peanut butter cups.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I'll never forget.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite hockey story.
Beano, you found your guy here. Patrick
I'm
Hoffman.
gonna send him a message later. We're gonna share some stories, some Richter stories.
All right,
I mean,
Pat.
it's so close because as soon as Lundqvist came into the league, I was hooked, and he became. I have a Richter jersey and I have a Lundqvist jersey. It was very tough to call, but because of that one moment with Richter, that kind of does it for me.
Don't
Play-wise,
change your mind. You went with
That's
your
only-
gut. Your gut was the right decision. You went with your gut. That's
It's only because Henrik Lundqvist never batted his pretty little blue eyes at you. That does it for me. That does it for me.
Oh my God. Anyway, Pat, this is the last question, the toughest question you'll face. Gun to your head, you could have one fast food chain the rest of your life. What is it? It's a gun to your head.
I'm sorry, I'm a classic guy. I'd still go to McDonald's.
Love it.
That's my boy.
That's my answer as
My
well.
boy.
I would still go. I love McDonald's.
All right, so now we know that
That's an-
Statboy Steven said Sonic, and Patrick Hoffman of the Ultimate Hockey Fan Cave is a McDonald's guy, traditionalist, and we love it. Pat, we thank you for
Sonic.
stopping by tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. We'll have you on again,
Anytime.
and
Yeah, I'm down. Anytime.
enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. You too. Go, and then go Rangers on Monday.
Yep.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks,
Thanks,
Pat.
Pat.
Okay. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, guys.
He's
Good
welcome
day.
anytime. Anytime he's welcome back.
Figured you'd say that, you
The
son of a
Mike
bitch.
Richter fan club.
Lundqvist record in
Beano,
Game
did you
7
know he was
speaks
gonna
for
say
itself.
Richter?
Sorry.
Listen, knowledgeable Ranger fans know. All right, we can set aside the differences and look at everything and make a good decision and know what the right decision is.
You know who else
Me-
knows?
Obviously, me and Pat are a step above. You know,
Yeah.
Mike Richter is still my all-time favorite Ranger. Henrik
Step above
Lundqvist
my
was
ass.
a more talented goalie.
Oh my God.
that's not the argument. The argument was Game 7. Who are you playing? Stanley Cup. That's
I can't
what it
have
was.
this.
Ah,
argument.
Look,
Can't have
look
this
at
argument.
Lundqvist's numbers in Game 7.
I know what they are. Okay. Anyway, we have a second guest. Bill, are we good to go with our second guest tonight? That does not answer the question. That was just
Doesn't look like it.
that was a groan.
I haven't heard from her, so
But
Okay,
anywho,
so
All right,
back
so
to let's go back to '94 Stanley Cup.
okay.
Beret. Shootout. Not shootout. Breakaway.
What?
No, it's the All-Star game. Disregard. Fuck me. Forget it.
What are you talking
no, it was the All
Disregard. It was the All-Star game. I
and
mixed a bunch
Fine.
of things up.
it was the All-Star game and the finals. He did it twice.
Oh, we had it. Was it a just
He
a
stopped
clean
him on a
break?
breakaway in the All-Star game, and then he or
Was
did
it
he
a
stop?
Was it a penalty shot or I
The
think?
penalty shot was in the playoffs, but
Yes.
All-Star game, I don't know if it was a breakaway or
But anyway, back to the one in the Stanley
How
Cup.
many times are you
You
gonna say
see-
anywho?
anywho.
Anywho, so Mike Richter makes this ridiculous save on it. Henrik Lundqvist would have been in perfect position. It would have just hit him in the pit. That would have been it.
Again, it's just all for fun. It was a different game, different time, all those
How do
things.
you know that? You can't make that assumption.
I know. I've seen it.
I've seen plenty of big games lost by Henrik Lundqvist. I've seen more big games won by Mike Richter. How about that?
Oh my God! When you were
They had more big games
5.
when Lundqvist was playing.
Yes, fact.
Listen, all right, we'll get to that later. I have more stuff to talk about later.
also Billy, if I could take a moment here, Natalina said that she is in the app, but she doesn't see anything like the waiting room. So I don't know where she is.
This sounds like a perfect time to me to step away for a moment. So you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Do you want to text me her Discord thing and I'll re-invite her?
Sure, I'll ask her what it is. This is the drawbacks of doing a live show. We have technical difficulties.
AJ, did you hear anything Pat said after he mentioned Reese's and Milky Ways and
No, like I said,
candy bars?
instant diabetic coma. I was out.
I needed to know that if he whether he was laser focused on what Mike Richter was saying or if he remembered what the candy bars were being used in the example.
How's this? I was so focused on the candy, I didn't even know he was talking about Mike Richter. I had no idea.
He said that he saw Mike Richter in the airport and he was discussing penalty shots with him, and Richter made like a diagram out of candy bars, and showed him strategies on stopping penalty shots, which is kind of cool.
My favorite part of that whole interview, he thought longer about what his favorite fast food place was than he did about what Rangers goalie was better. Or in Game 7, whatever that condition was.
It is a more important decision.
He even took a step back and went, ooh.
Billy, check your text messages.
Yes.
I knew he was going to say McDonald's.
Also, I'm so upset that we didn't ask Dancing Larry the fast food question. That was just completely my bad. I wonder what he would have said. You think he's a McDonald's guy or like a Burger King?
Oof.
Oh, he looks like a White Castle guy.
A Roy Rogers guy.
Dancing Larry's a Roy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, across from the Garden. There used to be a Roy Rogers right across from the Garden.
Yep.
Why
Oh, it was delicious. A little bacon
There's
cheese.
Sbarro's, right?
There's Sbarro's still
Sbarro's
there.
still
My
there.
favorite pizza joint. The Sbarro's
God.
is still there.
You know what's
there?
not there anymore? Blondie Rock. That's what's not there anymore.
No, but it's the Celtic
wasn't it-
Rail, and it's good.
Did they
Just think
survive?
I don't know, but before the pandemic, the bartenders from the Blondie Rock had bought it and redone it slightly and reopened it as the Celtic Rail. We went there on St. John's Day.
I did not go there.
Well, the last St. John's Day we went to, we were in the Celtic Rail
I
at
wasn't
like
there.
at like 9 a.m. We were in there, and it's nice.
Was
It's
it
exactly
of course.
exactly?
it's the Blondie Rock with a slight paint job in certain spots. That's what it is.
They still have the roof bar?
I think it was closed that day because it
Yeah.
was February. So whatever. And you know what, Bill? Go ahead, Al. I'm sorry.
Nothing like credit card roulette at the Blondie Rock.
Oh my God. No,
That's as high
Not-
stakes as you get.
not if you're Jimmy Healy because he lost twice in a row with like 15 shots. And Jimmy, if you're listening, we love you. So yeah, we're waiting on our next guest.
It says she just joined the server.
So she's
my
on
phone.
the server. It seems like we're getting closer.
She did. She just
being
needs to
joined.
She just needs to join the waiting room, and then I can pop her in to the live
Okay,
channel.
well, Billy, don't yell.
Sorry.
Thank you. That's better.
Bill, you drinking?
He's drinking Blue Point.
Me, no,
Beano, while we're
never.
waiting for Natalina, do you want to explain why we're drinking Blue Point tonight? You're the beer guy. Yeah, this was your idea. Are you frozen? He's frozen. He's dead.
I'm the other beer guy. We're doing Blue Point.
What are we doing? Try again. Why don't you try the whole
Okay.
spiel again?
I'm watching. I stopped talking. I was watching
Okay.
to make sure the quality was good. Blue Point is brewed in Patchogue, Long Island, and they're playing the Islanders on Monday because the game on Saturday has been postponed due to COVID reasons for the Devils.
Yeah.
And I'm also
Okay.
wearing my 1983 last cup you'll ever see for the Islander game on Monday. Thanks to
Nice, very nice.
We Bleed Blue. A little shout out to them, Ricky. I think you
We
got
Bleed
something on
Blue.
too.
We bleed
So,
blue. They know what they're doing. Those guys know what they're doing.
They don't
Yeah,
make triple X.
They have the pulse of the fans, except if you're a triple X.
Ask me how I know.
We'll try and get him on here, and we'll try and get him on here, and you can take him to task.
Yeah, AJ, you can take all the
Ooh.
questions
Well,
we have for them. You can
Oh, I know.
berate.
Anytime you've asked me for a triple X, I have come through for you.
fact. I mean, sometimes you got to take a double X and cut it and sew something else, but it works out.
Is a Trip
Got
X? Is a Trip X snug? Could you wear a 4X?
Nah, 4X I'm swimming in. A 3X is big, but I'm
Swimming is a
um,
stretch.
I'm in between like a 2X and a 3X, and I go for the length because I don't want my ass crack hanging out. It's what it is. You can be the way the clothing industry works is you can be tall or fat.
Huh.
You can't be tall and fat.
You're nice. Tell me about the clothing industry.
Billy,
We're ready.
This medium is like a nightgown. It doesn't make
Billy,
a
we're
difference.
ready.
We're ready.
All right, let's end this godforsaken clothing. And bring on our next guest from Forever Blue Shirts. We have Natalina joining us.
Hi
I don't know if
everyone.
she's here yet. She's here. We can't see her, but we can hear her.
Just
You
turn your
can't see me?
Just turn your camera back on again.
I blame Bill. I blame Billy for this. Honestly.
Always blame Billy.
Kind of
Way to
And there she is.
Tech guy.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
live from
Natalina,
the
welcome.
car. I've been there. I've done that.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, doing well. Much better after yesterday's win. So.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
we're all on the same page on that one. Anyway, Natalina, welcome to the show, the Ranger
you.
Things Have Happened podcast.
I love the name.
So we've heard. I don't want to say that I came up with it, but I totally came up with it.
She's the first person I've heard say I like the name.
Yeah, right.
The production manager hates the name.
All right. Anyway, Natalina, let's get right into this. Give us your take overall so far on the Rangers season to this point.
All right. Well, I think there's obviously been a bunch of ups and downs. I think we can all agree. I think like just even from Twitter, just like all of us are so high at the highs and then so low at the lows. But I think that's just kind of what we have to expect with such a young team. And I think there's so many highlights going on with our guys. Just Panarin, quietly having 15 points. I didn't even realize that he had so many points already because he's done it just, so under the radar. And now Shesterkin looks like he's kind of getting back into the groove. He looked really good yesterday. So, it's hard when we were so used to for so many years having such stable teams, with guys like Rick Nash and Zuccarello and all them. But having these young guys is so exciting. Adam Fox has just been incredible, and Lindgren is starting to really show his power and his abilities. So, and just guys like Blackwell, he coming out of nowhere.
Blackwell, my man.
I already have a Strome Liberty. I think I'm just gonna go Blackwell too. Throw that in there. So.
Hold on. I want to advise against going the Blackwell Liberty just yet, because there was a time when my young self bought a Liberty jersey when the first go round, whatever it was, like 96 or 7. The guy on the back of the jersey was Vladimir Vorobiev. Ever heard of him?
No.
He had 3 good games for the Rangers. I flipped out. I got him on the jersey. He might be dead. I never heard from him again. So wait.
Guy that I get is traded. I got Broussard, Hayes, Miller from years ago, VZ, Shea. I don't know what to do. Strome, good luck, man.
So then why did you get the? I know you're a Strome.
Don't get
I
it.
know you're a
Don't
Strome
get
girl.
it.
Why did you? She's got it already. So why Ryan Strome?
He's honestly, everyone asks me this question, but he's just my favorite guy on the team because every time I defend him and I go to bat for him, he just shows up in big games. And I like the guys that just love being Rangers so much, and you could see it when they're playing. And I just feel like we have so many of them, on our team right now that just purely love playing for the Rangers. And you can see it on their faces, even if they're losing, they're all the effort's always there every night, I feel like.
Right. So I don't have to ask. I usually ask every person, and by every person, I mean the 3 we've had on before you in this podcast S3, who their favorite current Ranger is. So I won't ask you that. So that's easy.
But Potato after last night, though.
Oh, well. We went from Tony D to Tony B real quick.
Hey, who's complaining? And got
Which is
great
fine.
Great goal yesterday.
So with Forever Blue Shirts, how did you come to be involved with them?
Well, my brother, so I'm an English teacher, and I love to write. So my brother actually saw that they were just looking for writers, and he texted me and was like, you should do it. Take your writing and your Rangers love and kind of put them together. So I DM'd one of their writers, Zach, who I'm sure you guys are familiar with.
Yeah, he's the guy that uses the GIF to put everybody's face on it.
The coolest things ever, and he does it so quickly. I don't know.
He's so fast. I don't know. He's
I tell him
incredible.
all the time, I'm like, I don't know how you do, his turnaround game is crazy, but I just DM'd him, we talked a little bit, and then he got me in touch with Anthony, and then I just put my first piece out, and that was kind of it from there, and it's been amazing ever since, really. I owe them so much. They've just been so great to me, so.
It's good. And what was it like penning the farewell to Henrik Lundqvist? I know other people on other podcasts have asked you about this, but I have to ask because with the exception of Beano, we're all Henrik Lundqvist guys. What was it like having enough? You had your segment last week. You sit there and listen to the Henrik Lundqvist love. What was it like to pen the goodbye?
It was emotional. Like, I really don't know a team like without the Rangers. Like, I was born in '94 when we won the cup, so I've watched the tapes and I've watched things growing up with my dad, and I remember Graves and Leach and all them, but they weren't really like my team growing up. So just saying goodbye to him and then reflecting on all that he did, and then finding out about him playing through the heart condition all those years, and just everything that he did for just New York and just the city of New York and for all of us. It's so emotional, but it was just a little bit easier knowing that we had two guys that were coming up that are going to kind of take the reins now, and just knowing that he kind of helped to build them into who they're going to be for this team. So of course it was emotional and it was really tough, but I'm just hoping that we can see him back on the ice again soon, even if it's in a Caps jersey or whatever it might be. I hope next season or wherever he lands, we can see him play again, because he's really one of the greats.
I love that man. And it was a good piece. I read it. It was very good.
Thank you.
If I just want to rewind for a second, you were born in '94, before they won or after they won the cup?
Okay, I think I was the reason that they won, because I was born in April.
All right.
Later, so I technically witnessed the cup, but I would like
if it was after, I was going to blame you for the last 20 years of misery
for the downfall, but hopefully I'll see another one that I can actually remember. But
you will. I'm very confident in that, actually.
I give it 3-4 years. We got to be in there, in the playoffs all the time, competing. That's kind of where I see it, even in the next couple years. But within those 3-4 years, I see us being contenders. So cross my fingers. Let's hope.
We got spoiled with the past decade in the Rangers in the playoffs and making runs.
Literally thought
it never finished though.
Yeah, I thought it was just normal kind of have your team.
Yeah.
April and May, and then
it was for a while. It was awesome.
And then for those couple years that it hasn't been, I've just missed. You can feel it. You can feel how different it is. But we'll get back there. So.
And then all of a sudden, it was normal for your team to be playing in August. Who knew?
The summer for Rangers fans was just a whirlwind. It's so many highs, so many lows. You lose Lemieux and you go back to play in the bubble, and then you get the first overall pick, and it was crazy. But that's Rangers hockey for you. So.
Speaking of Lemieux, I saw you wrote an article comparing him to Sean Avery. I tend to agree in similar styles, agitators, but they have some skill. Lemieux has been kind of like a heart and soul guy this year. But I got to ask you, do you see Lemieux being more like a guy who's with the Rangers long term, or do you see him as a Sean Avery guy where he's screaming at cab drivers for parking in bike lanes on Instagram Live?
Sean Avery's a genius.
I've listened to him talk. I think he was on Spit and Chicklets, and I listened to him, and there's a composure about him. There's a very mature, composure about him that it's kind of funny when I listen to him talk. You almost can't picture him being that guy on the ice, because he is so composed and has himself so together, and he really knows the game. I mean, growing up in that family of the Lemieux family, I'm sure that was all that he grew up with, but he's really a student of the game. He's very technical in what he does. He knows when to start those fights. He knows when to agitate guys. He does it very calculated, and he plays with a lot of heart, and I'm hoping that we have him for a long time, because we need some guys like that on Broadway. We need some guys to protect guys like Zibanejad and Panarin, our more skilled guys. We need some of those. So it's good to have him. It's good to have Miller, some bigger guys that are going to get in there and protect us. So I hope he's here long term.
I don't know if it's just me, but he draws a penalty every time he's on the ice. It's unbelievable. Every time. Not every time. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but he draws
because he's mixing it up. Nobody on this team mixes it up. He mixes it up. He's in guys' faces, jabbing him in the back with the stick. As long as he doesn't get caught, it's fine.
Brett Howden's mixing it up.
All right.
Rooney's mixing it up now, too.
Dropping the mitts.
Rooney.
I didn't have Brett Howden for the first fight of the season, on my 2021 card, but it's happening.
That's where we're at. But you know what? It's working this past week. It's all been working.
Yeah.
Things are looking up. Beano, let me bring you in. You have a question for Natalina? Can we call you Lean now? Are we friends now? We call you Lean?
Sure, you can call me Lean. I like the people on Twitter that like I don't know them, but we're just Twitter friends, and they're just like Lean, 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 and I'm just like I love that. It's so funny.
All right, Bean, a question for Lean.
All right, Lean, I was going to ask you the same question I asked Pat earlier, but I'm going to skip that, and I'll ask, why haven't you accepted my friendship on Instagram? I'll go with that Lean. I know the answer, so I'll ask my second question.
No, true answer is probably that I don't really check them because like I as a teacher I try to keep it very like slim. And then sometimes if I don't like recognize the name or something, I'll be like, oh, maybe this is one of my students, and then I get like nervous. So I'm like, I'll just leave it in there. But I will.
Get it.
I get.
Have you seen him? What grade do you teach? Do you teach?
But that's it. Thank you. Move on.
I will accept it as soon as I get off the podcast.
Oh, all right.
I got
two
still on the
two
air.
good answers tonight on my questions.
I hope we're still on the air when she accepts it, so you can let us know that she accepted it live in person.
The live reaction.
Lean, who is your what's your favorite memory from being in the Garden? Like your best Ranger memory inside the Garden?
Well, my best memory it was definitely opening night. I guess last season. It feels like so far away. But I think last season winning that game opening night. I like to go to the games every year with my friend Justin. We go to the opening nights, and that one was just so incredible. There was I think there was 9 goals total in the game, or like something ridiculous, and it was just back and forth constantly. And
that was Winnipeg, right? They were playing Winnipeg.
Yeah, they were playing the Jets, so it was just getting to see Panarin for the first time, getting to see, I think, didn't Lias fall that game? I think that
yes, he did. Yes, he did. Tripped over a wire.
I love Anderson, but that was tragic. But him falling on the ice, but just being
it was a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, being
harbinger,
in
good word.
Was just incredible. But I mean, it's funny because almost a year ago today, I had my memories come up, and that was when I went to my last game. I think they played the Stars, and that's when I got stuck in Penn Station for 5 hours, missed most of the game, and we just met these kids that were in the tunnel, watching the game on their little phone, and we just all kind of clumped together and we were watching, and then the train was we're headed to Penn Station, and we ran, we were running to MSG, and we got there with 10 minutes left, and then we lost. But I was
the train stalled in the tunnel?
In this tunnel for 5 hours. It literally.
Oh my God!
Damn.
And we were all watching, trying to find service, and then someone had it on their own little hotspot, and we were all kind of cradled in our little corner with our Rangers.
Miserable.
Gear on. So.
A fun memory, but probably miserable at the time. Oh my God!
I was almost kind of not happy that they lost, but I was at least I'm not missing this dominating Rangers win. I was maybe I'll take that as a sign, but that was the last time I was at MSG since everything closed. So.
It's funny. The last time Ricky was at MSG, they lost too.
Yeah,
Ricky.
I mean, we could bring that up. Natalina, how did you find the whole CFO process? Because I thought it was I went there that day for the callbacks, right?
Yeah.
When they had 20 of us come in, and you must have been in a later group because I was there. I was the second person they brought in, but I walked out of there that day if this is where that ends, this was so much fun. It was awesome. The whole experience was awesome. Interviewing Valaket and being there in the studio and all that kind of stuff. It was so what are your feelings on that whole process?
Well, first of all, congratulations. Even though it didn't turn out, you didn't even get to really have a season. But
it went super, super well after that.
But it was just like you said, it was really a dream come true. Even when I see Valaket on TV and I'm watching MSG Studios, I'm I was there. I was that's so crazy to me. And first of all, the first thing I said to him, just blurting out, I was you are tall. And he was all the way, I'm 5 foot tall, and I did not expect him to be that tall, but he was, just such a professional, such a wizard, and all that he knows. It was crazy to even be talking to him and just getting the whole experience. It was, like you said, it was just a dream come true to be there and see everything that goes on behind the scenes. And it was just, I kind of just found it on a commercial, and I was you know what, again, I like to write, I like to,
same thing.
so why not just go for it? And then I like couldn't believe I even got a call back, and I was like, I get to go to MSG Studios, and like I was freaking out. But
I don't know. I don't know if you could tell by Ricky's question, but he is milking the shit out of his 15 minutes. guys on WFAN today playing the fucking guitar.
That was a Mets thing. That wasn't a Rangers thing.
I'm milking in the top 4, so it's fine.
It was awesome. Like we get all these calls to like be on those, like on the viewing parties in the summer and like on the commercials. Like it's fun. It's cool.
Text messages from my friends, it still kills me, or just people that I talk to and they're like, did I just see you on MSG Network? And I'm like, yes. Or like the people on Twitter that I don't even really know how they recognize me because they just see me on like my pictures and stuff. But even in those short little clips that I'm on MSG for like 5 seconds, they're like, did I just see you, Lean? Did I just see you? And I'm like, yeah, like, and it'll never get old seeing that.
I think the best thing to come out of it was like, so I'm in the Garden that night when they announced the winner, and I happen to look at my phone and it's blowing up, like Twitter's blowing up, like Ryan Mead declared me his rival, all this stuff, and then obviously the flaming started and the trolling started, and the best one I saw, it was a screenshot of you from the commercial, and it said your name, and then it was just posted, and the caption was recount. I was like, okay. Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Pleasure to be here.
According to my daughter, you're a celebrity, and I'm a nobody.
And that won't change. That won't. Well, you might be somebody, but it was fun. It was fun.
That's not likely.
Steve Alakette is the absolute man. He's such a great guy.
Like I could just talk hockey with him. Like whenever you want to talk hockey, Steve, just I'm your girl because we could talk all night. So
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you half of the question that we ask everyone, and then I'll ask you the question we ask everyone. So I know your favorite current Ranger is Ryan Strome.
Okay.
Who's your favorite all-time Ranger?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like
we need an answer.
If I could, I know I feel like I'm on a game show. I don't know if I could really like put a name to it truly, but I know this is probably an answer that people give a lot, but I think I'd have to go with Zuccarello. Like all my memories of him, like I remember just seeing the text, like when he was traded, like I physically like was crying, like my family was like heartbroken. It was like losing a member of like our family, and just thinking about all those moments, like we were talking about that run that they went on for so many years. He was just a part of all of it, and he's just he just seems like the coolest guy, like the best guy. He loved the Rangers so much, and he loved playing for them, and he's just a great guy to have in the league. He's just one of those guys that really just I loved, and I wish he was like a Ranger for life. But there's so many, I could name so many that are just guys that stick with me. But
him getting hurt might have cost us the cup in 2014 or 15, was it, when he was hurt? When they lost to the Lightning, he got hit in the head.
We could go back to those games and unpack those.
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do it. I don't want to do it.
Girardi, I don't know what he was doing with the puck late in that.
But I'm a big fan of the Zuccarello pick for favorite all-time Ranger. That's a solid pick.
I think my brother would agree, and he'll be happy with that because he's a big Zook fan too.
He was a huge fan favorite. I'm just upset that
because he was the man.
I knew she wasn't going to mention anybody before 2005, and I was going to feel old as fuck. And it's.
You knew she wasn't saying Jeff Boogaboom.
I'm a big Zook fan. Big Zook fan. I remember watching him in 06 in the Olympics, and he was a nobody, and then all of a sudden he's on the Rangers. And the rest is history.
KHL MVP.
All right, don't yell. Does anyone have any more questions for Liam before I ask her the question?
I'm nervous.
Okay. Nothing. This is the question.
He's already married. Don't worry about it.
Natalina, gun to your head. You can choose one fast food chain the rest of your life. What is it?
Oh my goodness. One fast food chain the rest of my life. I'm going Chick-fil-A.
Ooh,
okay.
Nice, solid.
Okay, it's a solid pick. I've honestly never had Chick-fil-A in my life.
Oh, you.
But I am.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy!
Yeah,
I've had it once.
We live in New York City.
I'm not 2 weeks
there's
ago.
no Chick-fil-A's around here.
It's by the Barclays.
On Long Island twice just to get Chick-fil-A.
Get the hell out of here.
Chick-fil-A, their buffalo sauce is my favorite thing in the world. I don't know. It's just so good. But
right, so far we've heard Sonic, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. from our guests. So we're running the gamut here.
I like it though because this is America and there's a wide variety of fast food restaurants.
There is no wrong answer.
It's the one thing we do well.
You know all about wide variety.
You would know.
Anyway, Natalina, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope to have you back again.
Absolutely, anytime.
And next time you will have to stay for trivia. We won't make you stay tonight. I know you have other obligations, but next time play trivia with us.
Yes, I will 100% be back for trivia, but I got to brush up a little bit on my trivia before I come back because you guys.
No, it's cool. No, we all suck at it. We all suck at it. You'll fit right in.
We look like we're good because we're old as fuck, but we're not that.
Yes, get a dry erase board. Join us next time. Thank you for coming on tonight. We appreciate it. This was fun, and enjoy your weekend. And let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks for coming.
See you later.
Have a
Take
good
care.
one. Bye.
Another
Too solid
dynamite
for
show.
trivia. So,
I gotta-
Bino, what a show! What a show!
What a show.
What a
I gotta
show.
go. I gotta fix my internet. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Rick,
Now,
you're
what
fired.
if-
She's hired.
What are the? I've heard that before. What are the odds? What are the recount? What are the odds that within the next 10 minutes you guys are Instagram friends?
I
Zero.
will say.
Zero.
Well, she
She already
probably
forgot.
I should have.
She definitely forgot.
I should have mentioned it on the way out. Like, don't forget, but that'd be weird. It was already weird enough for me to ask the question to begin with, but
Yeah.
it'd be more weird to
I'm almost done.
re-ask the question.
No, it was funny.
It was funny. I knew the answer. I knew her answer was going to be Lundqvist. I wasn't going to ask that question again. So,
Alex, we're not almost done, regardless of what you just told Monica. But
we do like another.
we gotta get through trivia. We gotta play Who Am I? We gotta do last words. We gotta preview the Islanders. We got plenty of time here on a Friday night.
I hope you
but
put that
Bino,
ice cream in the freezer. Is the ice cream?
It's in the fridge. Don't worry about it.
To
Uh,
quote Bino,
Yeah.
Bino again. What a show!
What a show!
What a show! So Billy, as soon as AJ comes back, we're gonna be ready to play the game of games.
Oh boy.
So you better have that that sound bite queued up, babe.
Oh, it's cute. I got Cobb's question
But,
ready too because you didn't hear.
Should I check my internet too while we're on a break?
I mean,
No, you sound and look fine.
Everything's great. Don't.
I'm pretty sure Cobb is at O'Connor's 2 to 5, 7 to 9 tomorrow.
Cobb.
And Cobb, if you're
All
not,
right,
we love you.
AJ's back. That can mean only one thing. That
Did I
it's
back that
time-
booty up on screen?
No, hold on. Stop. Shh. You're ruining my thing.
Oh,
Turn your mic off.
It's time for trivia time on the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. My favorite time of the week. Since Cobb is not with us today, let's have Billy step out from behind the curtain. Billy,
God rest his soul.
Billy, you gonna show your face tonight
Oh,
to do this trivia question?
Fine, you pains in the asses.
Oh, Billy's gonna come on.
He's got to put his pants back on.
Here he is. Yeah, there he is.
Ah, my screen just broke.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
Billy Schroeder, our
Things
producer.
things
slash
happen.
friend.
/ friend. All right, Cobb's
So,
trivia question.
Billy,
oh
Cobb-
yeah.
Hold on.
All right,
Well,
sorry, we
Cobb's
got to
gonna
do
start
questions
off.
and stuff.
Billy joins us. We have to make a comment. Week 3, still no paint on the walls. Still, nothing's been done.
Week 3. Were you
That's-
not here for
Used to it.
Sundays for the men during
That's year
COVID?
3.
Come on. The bathroom
That's
is
year
done.
3, Bean. You don't know the half of it.
Episode 3.
You
Episode
clearly
3
didn't watch
stays the same.
SFM
I
during
just want to make sure.
quarantine.
No, I didn't watch.
Well,
Okay, well,
screw
thanks.
you.
Thanks
Nothing.
for the support.
It's a bit
Anyway,
much.
by the way,
It's a bit
before
much. It's a bit much.
before Billy gives us Cobb's question, a quick update on the trivia all-time scores.
Yes.
Everyone on here has 0 except for me. So let's go.
And you
That's
have one.
bullshit.
And you have one. So
he's got
settle
one.
down.
It's
Alex has a
1-0.
half.
No, it's
Alex has
1-0 me.
0.5. Alex got a 0.5.
All
No,
right.
he's got
Cobb,
nothing.
will-
Nothing.
Cobb will start us off tonight from
All
Beyond
right,
the
don't give me
Grave,
anything.
speaking
Don't do me
vicariously
anything.
through Billy.
How
Rest in
many?
peace, Cobb. Go ahead, Billy.
Are we ready? How many total
Yeah.
wins did Eddie Giacomin have while playing with the Rangers?
Wait, are you sure about that pronunciation of his
No,
name?
I think it's Giacomin. Eddie Giacomin, how you
Is
doing,
Is this a
bud?
multiple choice or?
Eddie
No,
Giacomin.
no. Eddie
This is
Giacomin.
not multiple choice. I have
Eddie Giacomin.
Oh, God.
How many? I
It's
didn't
not-
get
What is
the
Cobb's? Is he kidding me?
Hold
production.
on, I'm gonna write. I did tell Cobb to step his game up. I'm gonna write down an arbitrary number. Here we
Production
go.
manager
Let's go.
screwed up and didn't do a timer.
Wait,
Hold on.
No,
No, hold
Bill,
on.
we should do closest to the number. gets
Okay,
the
I
point.
like that. Because this is way too long.
Price is Right
No.
rules?
Price is Right style. Can't go
Yes,
over.
yes.
Can't go over.
Closest to
under.
retail price without going over.
Who's gonna put?
All right.
Who's gonna put one win?
$1. All right, I'll do it one more time and then I'll hit start. How many total wins did Eddie Giacomin have while playing with the Rangers? You have 30 seconds starting now.
He's an Islander fan, folks. He's an Islander fan.
Billy, you're our Al Dukes. You're Al
Oh my
Dukes.
God.
You are.
Rick, tell me what you're putting so I can put one more.
Closest without going over, right?
10 seconds.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna write one. I'm not
Yes,
gonna be
closest
that guy.
without
But
going
one of you,
over.
one
5
of you can. I'm not
seconds.
gonna do it.
3, 2, 1. Answers up. Ricky wins. Ricky wins by Price is Right rules.
How so?
Hold on. Things are beeping in my ears. I can't hear.
Alex,
A lot of people are Googling
Oh, people playing trivia with us?
You see mine, right?
yeah, it's 253.
No.
What's-
No. Ricky, you're close. Ricky is closest. Ricky wins
What's
by
the answer?
The answer is 266.
Oh,
So Ricky wins.
That's what I
come on
said
now.
3 times.
That's
You
a
said
point
that.
for the kid.
Fuck
wrote-
this shit.
Billy, I wrote 266. Didn't show up the right way.
Oh, I see it. You got to turn it upside down. Oh, 662. That was it.
What a bullshit
All right.
question, Cobb.
I'm going back behind the
That was
curtain.
too hard. That should have been multiple choice.
Kevin, I love you. Rest in peace. What
Don't
your
rest in
multiple
peace.
choice?
Don't rest.
And also,
Just rest.
happy birthday, Timmy O'Brien. That's why Cobb's out here. Is that his brother's birthday party?
Feliz
I hope they had a
cumpleaños.
Covell.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Fudgy the Whale. I'm in.
Who's
All
up
right,
next?
so that's a good start for me. Who's gonna go next?
Cookie Puss.
All right, so that's
I'll
AJ.
go next.
All right. I'll be Cookie Puss. All right. So, similar to last week, which two current Rangers finished in the top 10 of the Calder Trophy voting in the same year? Two current Rangers
Wait.
finished in the top 10 in
Oh.
the same year.
You have 30
Billy,
seconds.
Oh my God. Oh, shit.
Starting now.
Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air.
That's why he needs to hum the
Show
Jeopardy
the
song.
dead air.
Let him
Go
hum
ahead.
the Jeopardy song.
10 seconds.
Don't worry
10
about the
sec-
pressure.
Are we
You
all
can
ready?
give us 20. You can give us 20 seconds. We're ready.
All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1, flip.
Oh, you guys are awful. Truba and Kreider.
What? Oh my
Oh
God.
my God! I said, I said the same thing.
Panarin
Come on,
won. Fun
get
fact:
out.
Panarin won. Zibanejad did not finish in the top 10.
And,
He
and,
should
Nat-
have. He should have.
and Natalina's worried about playing trivia with us.
She's going to kick all of your asses, and I can't wait.
All right, go ahead, Alex. You can go next.
All right, mine is I have a question and then a bonus question, which we don't have to count for points if we don't want to.
Ooh,
No,
I
no,
like
the bonus.
No,
the
I
bonus
like
should
the
be worth
bonus.
2 points. The bonus
Yes.
should be worth 2.
You know what?
Okay.
Rick, if I'm being fair, if we're doing bonus questions that are worth 2 points, you got my bonus question last week, Dion Phaneuf.
Yeah, but no, I'm not. That's a
Alex's
wash.
bonus
I don't
question
think-
will count tonight.
No, I don't think we should count my bonus.
Can we still
We'll
do it?
see.
Production manager.
We'll still do it.
For fun.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Production manager has spoken. Bonus question counts.
Oh, Billy said that the bonus question counts.
Okay.
That's law.
The famous Rangers Devils line brawl to start the game in 2012. Everybody
Oh,
remembers
fuck.
that? Who were the forwards that fought for the Rangers? The three forwards.
That's shit.
30 seconds starting now. Wait, I screwed up.
Need a minute for this one. Gotta write all his name.
I just was reading about this the other day.
I got 2 of them. Fuck.
Why do I know the Devils singer, but I don't know the Rangers singer?
Al, 15 seconds. Give us a repeat.
Read the question
'Cause
again.
The famous Rangers Devils line brawl to start the game in 2012. Who were the forwards that fought for the Rangers? It is somewhat of a trick question.
2, 1.
Because there was a defenseman who was playing forward.
Flip them.
Correct.
Hold on.
We need more than 30 seconds.
Flip them.
What do you mean
Let's
more
ask
than
the
30
questions.
seconds? I don't know.
All right,
Adrian's
fine, I'll
ready.
flip it. Oh, I missed. Oh,
I'm
that's who I
all over the
missed.
place.
I
He knows
missed
wrong.
Front-
AJ is 100% correct.
Oh,
Stu
Front-
Bickle was the center.
I had
Ricky
two.
missed Brandon Prost.
I missed
AJ
Prost.
for
Us.
AJ. Should AJ only get the shot at the bonus?
Wait, why?
Or you guys? All right. So Stu Bickle was the second part of the bonus. Career goals does Stu Bickle have?
Wait, once more.
1.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
write it down.
Write
You have
it
10
down,
seconds.
AJ.
Oh, it's
10
everybody?
seconds. Yeah.
Now I don't want to say 1 because
You
everybody's
want-
gonna steal my answer.
You want 10?
I'm ready. All right, flip him. AJ. He actually has 0.
Trick question.
I can't believe I forgot Prost. I was at that game with Dan Isgro, his first hockey game ever. That's what happened when they dropped the puck. He'll never see a
That was
better
awesome.
hockey game than that. And there was blood all over the
Focarelli
ice.
was like going over. Yeah, it was awesome.
And I think the Rangers won every fight. Ryan Carter was fighting for the Devils. Like
I knew
yeah,
Carter. It was Jeff Carter. Was Jeff Carter or Ryan?
Ryan Carter. So I can't
No,
believe I
Ryan
forgot
Carter.
Brandon Prost.
When-
I would have had that question. AJ just
When you
tied
said-
me up.
Awful.
Who was in that fight? I said Carter. I couldn't remember a Ranger. I just knew Carter was fighting for the Devils.
Carter. Now AJ's nipping at my heels with a 2-1 lead.
That's right.
All right,
Coming
go
for
ahead,
that
Beano.
ass.
Go ahead, Beano. I'll go last tonight in trivia.
I got a
You're
long
up.
window. You want to go now? Mine's long. Another
Be-
long.
Beano with a long-winded question. Who would've
Wait,
thought?
wait,
You
wait.
want
Before
me to go now?
before Beano goes, how does AJ have 2? He got 1. Did he get
No,
the
Got
other
one.
Ricky has
I
2.
said I have 2. He's got one.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Beano, I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
I'll bring it up.
Okay. In the 2008 Eastern Conference quarterfinals against New Jersey, we witnessed the event which led to the Avery rule after Sean Avery turned his back to the play and used his hands to obstruct Martin Brodeur's vision. Later on, in the same power play, Avery scored a goal. Who had the primary assist? And there is a-
Oh, what the
and-
fuck kind of question
And there is
this?
a bonus question.
What was the year? 2008.
2008
give us-
Eastern Conference quarterfinals.
Give us one more read and then
Oh
we'll do
my
30
God.
seconds.
Who had the primary assist on Sean Avery's power play goal after he shielded Martin Brodeur's eyes, generating the Avery rule? Who had the primary assist? And there is a bonus.
Your 30 seconds starts now.
I almost just took out my pen and wrote down the answer. It's my question.
Nah, you're playing too, Rick.
Nah.
Give us another read of the last half. We're at 15 seconds.
Who had the primary assist on Sean Avery's power play goal after he obstructed Martin Brodeur's vision, creating the Avery rule?
You and Cobb asked
3,
the same fucking obscure
2,
questions.
1. Flip them.
None of you got it.
Ooh.
The answer is Scott Gomez.
I was gonna write Chris. I was gonna write Chris Drury.
Guys, like, Scott Gomez is a celebrity chef now.
Hold
fun
on,
fact.
bonus to that question. Who had the secondary assist? You have 15 seconds.
You're gonna make me write it again?
Who had the secondary assist on that goal? Hold it up, Bean. Hold it up.
Oh, he might have died.
You're all wrong. Alex, you should not have changed your answer. It was Jaromir Jagr.
What the fuck, man?
All right, Bean, go ahead. Long-winded. I like
right.
that. My lead is safe. Let's go.
Hold on, I lost. Give me 1 second. All right, here it is.
Billy, anybody in the
People
chat
in
get any of
it.
these questions right?
They're not even participating. Come on, chat. What the hell?
You think there's people in the chat?
There are. You
All right,
all should
ready?
be monitoring it.
On April 11, 2010, tied 1-1 after regulation, the New York Rangers and the Philadelphia Flyers went to a shootout to determine not only the winner of the game, but who would grab the final playoff spot in the East. Olli Jokinen was stopped by this Flyer goalie to end
Oh
the
my
2010
God.
season.
Your 30 seconds
Damn.
start now.
You thought I was going Olli Jokinen? Too easy.
I
Layup.
did. I did think you were going that way. It's not. It's just.
All
It's
right,
not
Bean,
coming to me.
Bean, 15 seconds. You want to say it again?
This Flyer goalie stopped Ole Jokinen to end the 2010 New York Rangers season and their playoff hopes. Also, the Flyers went on to play in the Stanley Cup that year. After beating
3,
the Rangers playoffs,
2,
they went to the Stanley Cup
1.
but lost.
Flip them.
Emery, Brizgalov, and Blank. Emery was the starting goalie of that team, but he got hurt.
Oh.
And Brian Boucher finished.
I couldn't come up with his name. I knew it was Brian something, and I didn't write anything down.
I was gonna write.
Oh my God.
I was gonna write. He's on NBC and NHL Network doing all that, but I would have gave it away.
I almost wrote Brian Elliott just to write Brian something because I couldn't come up with the last
Also.
name. Fuck.
Ah.
You didn't hear?
He's dead for real though.
2 to 5,
Real
7
life.
to 9.
Fuck, being that one pisses me off.
I'm close, man. I'm close on every one.
I should have known that when I had Brian. I couldn't come up with Boucher. Bobby Boucher.
You were the closest. Emery was the goalie. He was their goalie for those couple of years.
I was gonna write Emery, but I knew it wasn't him. I knew it was the other guy.
It was some other dude.
Oh. All right. Well, my
Was that
lead
the
in
Who Am
trivia
I?
is safe. No.
No, that was not the Who Am I. That was my
It's
trivia.
time for Who Am I? I'll record it.
We're gonna fix that one up.
We'll do it.
We gotta clean that one up.
Of course we will.
Are we ready?
Do
Ah,
we
you're
want
up, man.
wait, do we want
Who-
30 seconds on that one too? Hold on. I
No,
closed
no,
it
we
right.
need 16 minutes on this.
All right, so I have time to pee.
Yes.
Goodbye, Billy.
Go ahead, Bean. The floor is yours.
All right. Who am I? I was drafted by the New York Rangers in the 4th round, 72nd overall in the 1981 entry draft.
Oh God.
This American-born goaltender played 11 years for the Rangers. Finished with over 300 wins, a career goals against average of 2.80, as well as an impressive 28 playoff wins and a 2.68 goals against average. I am one of only 2 New York Ranger goaltenders to win a Vezina Trophy. I'm a 5-time All-Star, and I've won the most games by any American goalie in history. Who am
Wow.
I?
Wow.
Damn.
I don't know if I want.
I feel like it's going to be a trick question.
Why do
It seems like it. He was
Uh,
only drafted by the Rangers.
Listen.
Oh, he said he played for the Rangers.
Oh, he played for the Rangers for 11 years.
All right, listen, if I spell it wrong, you can't. It still counts.
You asking me? Billy's the judge.
No, I'm
asked-
telling you.
I'll
You
allow
spelled
it.
stall
Just-
Stahl.
Sorry.
I can spell this the way
spell
I
it
want.
phonetically? Spell it phonetically.
I'll allow it.
I don't know if I want to put that answer.
Ooh.
What was the
Is
question?
it
One
a
more
trick
time?
question, or did I make it a trick question, AJ? I think
That's-
it was a question.
That's what's so frustrating.
You say he was drafted in 1981?
81 by the Rangers. By the Rangers in 81.
That's what makes me think it's not who you want us to think it is.
Oh.
Beano, can you give it to us one more time for us casual Islanders fans who won't know the answer?
Okay.
But don't
What a
die.
sad state of affairs.
In the 19th entry draft, this American-born goaltender played 11 years for the Rangers, finishing with over 300 wins for his career.
Not bad.
He won 28 playoff games with a sultry 2.68 goals against average, and he's one of only 2 New York Ranger goaltenders to win a Vezina. 5-time All-Star, and he's won the most games by any American goalie in NHL history.
Oh, God. I can't.
Ooh, we have a Twitch answer. Excuse me.
It's one of 2 guys.
It's one of 2 guys.
So
You gotta
which
pick
one
the
do you
right
want to go with?
guy. You gotta pick. What have I been doing this whole episode? Well, you gotta pick the right guy. You gotta pick the right guy.
I can't do it.
All right, I'm just gonna do it. I think Beano's fucking with us.
Wait,
Turn
don't.
him up.
Shut
Turn him
up.
up.
Shut up. Shut up. Wait, let me write it.
You're writing too much. You looked at my answer, you cheater.
It is John Van Beesbrook, by the way. John Van Beesbrook.
Oh my God! Thank God.
Oh, those points?
No, they're just for regular fun.
That's different. It's a different It's a different subject.
All I know is Ricky looked at my answer before he answered.
He did. I
you.
want to say that's true.
I erased Mike Richter and put John Van Beesbrook.
Because you saw my answer.
So
Just validated my argument.
we had
Yeah,
a Twitch
see,
answer that was right by Gozeri Tall 77.
Who?
I have no idea.
Good for you, Gozeri Tall
A
77.
stranger listening to the podcast. I like it.
Well, they were right. John
I-
Van Beesbrook, the
I
Beezer.
tried to trick you, and it didn't work. I thought, AJ,
No,
you're on the right
it
track.
almost worked. It almost worked. I thought to myself, Richter being drafted in
Bye,
81 and then being in his prime in 94, that's too far removed.
Billy made me read it twice, so I wanted to I wanted to do the sell the wins and the playoff wins and all that. Like, oh, it's got to be Richter. No, John Van Beesbrook.
That's what almost got me, the 28 playoff wins. And
28 playoff wins.
Richter never won a Vezina?
No.
Wow.
No, because he wasn't that good of a goalie.
Oh, okay.
Sakes.
I believe it should be a Pulitzer Prize winning, blogist has said the better goalies.
All right. So, honestly, one of the things that stood out last night about the game, aside from the Rangers returning to form, Shesterkin looking great, is
We didn't even
the fact-
talk about the Caps yet.
We did. I'm
Oh,
saying
all right.
that one of the other things that stood out to me was that the Rangers, for the first time, wore their reverse retro jerseys, and of course, it got us thinking. Like,
Before you start, I'm sorry to interrupt.
go ahead.
You're getting into the reverse retro ranking segment.
That's
But
correct.
the one thing that stood out to me from that game, Shesterkin. Catches like Billy Trotter in right field.
Yeah.
Oh, and he swiped at the puck.
Swing and a miss. Just
Melvin Trotter
flailing.
stabs at it and makes the catch, like Justin Sheridan. That's his name.
It ain't pretty, but it gets done.
All right,
Anyway,
carry,
yes.
carry on.
I was alluding to our reverse retro rankings now that the Rangers have finally debuted the Lady Liberty jerseys. I want us all to give our top three. Obviously, there's 31 reverse retros.
Yes.
Some of them are just absolutely ridiculous, and some of them are really, really nice. So, in our very, very expert opinions, what would you place in the top three? It doesn't have to be in any particular order either, unless you want to. You can go 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3. It's up to you. But AJ, why don't you start us off?
All right, I'll take it. Number 3, I'm gonna go Boston Bruins because I hate
God.
Boston. I hate Boston's. I hate the Bruins. Anytime they wear a yellow jersey, I'm here for it. Love it.
Why?
I don't know. I just the yellow and gold, the yellow and black. It works.
I don't know. I find it
It's like
unbecoming.
his toilet bowl.
Plus,
Oh my god.
With yellow and
Hold-
brown.
hold on.
Unless I have blood schools, then it's black.
Christ.
It's got a stupid white spot on the sleeve. Like, that should not be there. That should either be the black or gold. That the end of the sleeve.
No, I think that's a
No,
glare.
no, this looks great. You
Right.
should
It's not the glare.
definitely shouldn't have asked me to pull that up before the podcast.
No, I could do it myself. And the sleeve is white, and it's stupid. So, okay, I disagree with you
I
putting
like
that in the top 3, but
All
go
right.
ahead.
Second, San Jose Sharks. It's
We
not.
are on-
It's not a reverse
on-
in any way, but
We're on different
I like it.
planets.
but number 1, Winnipeg Jets. That thing
Oh
is.
my God, AJ, what
awesome.
is wrong with you? We
I-
are on absolutely.
I
We couldn't
like the
be
classics.
further apart.
The Winnipeg Jets
It's
jersey.
not a classic.
It doesn't matter. They can't be a classic because the franchise is only
How much did I
fucking
miss
5 years
here?
old.
AJ the first to go.
Not enough.
AJ gave his
But it's
top. Yes,
awesome.
AJ's
No.
top 3 was the Bruins, the Sharks, and the Jets. That's his top 3. I want you off the
Awesome.
podcast.
Every single one of them is awesome.
Garbage.
You're not the only one who wants me off the podcast, by the way.
Christina's like, "Hey, wrap it up." She's blessing, wrap it up. Monica too. I
But-
heard her wrap it up. The ice
but
cream's getting
For,
melted.
for what it's worth, the worst one overall, Anaheim. The Ducks
Oh my
jerseys are
God,
gross.
AJ, what
They're
what
gross.
planet
They're
are we
fucking
on?
ridiculous.
They're fantastic.
It should have been the original
and they're
Mighty
nostalgic.
Ducks logo.
Nah,
Come on.
nah,
Yeah,
nah,
but it's a
nah, this
it's a-
looks great.
I
It looks
agree.
good.
Book
So looks so
character.
good.
AJ, I'll
This is
defend you. I agree. The Anaheim
All
jersey.
sorts of nostalgia.
The
there.
Anaheim
All
jersey is
sorts
This
of
is
disgusting.
professional hockey.
Big miss by the Anaheim Ducks, by the way. Big
Fucking
miss.
stab you right now. Okay.
They could have went
Huge miss.
Anaheim Ducks could have went Mighty Duck style. They could have went the original Duck style and a total swing and a miss by the Ducks.
Oh, my ass. Who's going next?
I'll go.
I'll go.
But if they would have just worn the regular, like the old green Mighty Ducks jersey from the original movie, that would have been winner, hands down.
Tell me more. I disrespect all your fucking
All right.
picks. They suck.
Number 3 on my list, Calgary.
Now we're
Love it.
talking.
Love the jersey. Love the colors.
Fantastic.
I dribbled.
Number 2, I have the that's awesome. That's it. I love the Washington Capitals jersey, the reverse retro.
I like Washington's. You know, I like both of them. They're not in my top 3,
Like
but I like
that.
them both.
And my number 1 is Carolina, the Hartford, the Whale.
They don't.
Hartford, the whale.
They volunteered to leave Hartford. They don't deserve to wear the jersey. The jersey
No, I
is
totally
awesome.
God.
Yes.
The jersey is awesome, but
Cranky
Carolina does not deserve
We're not
to wear it.
talking about the story behind the Nordiques or the Whalers. Okay, yes, they both left those areas.
worst-
The jerseys are. We're talking about the jerseys, not the story.
My least
Jersey's,
favorite. The
jersey's
Islanders.
awesome.
Oh, come
Carolina's.
on.
What happened?
The Fisherman
We
is a
yelling at
classic.
Islanders.
It's a classic.
It's just their regular jersey.
It's not a fisherman. Someone took the day off. You know what? I'll jump in here. That's also my worst.
That's
what
a
are you
great
doing?
jersey.
It's an Islander jersey. That's
It's just
what it
a
is.
regular jersey.
Is that
It's
their reverse
dumb.
retro? It's not. It's not the
Yes.
Fisherman. I
It's
remember
not
that
the
as a
fishermen.
kid.
They blew it. They suck. Everything about them sucks. They suck. Let's move on from that. That's the worst one by far.
I graduated with Pat LaFontaine's daughter. Nice girl.
Great
Oh,
story.
dear.
She hot?
No.
You didn't hear?
No, Sarah, you're very nice. I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
You
Billy.
think she's
go ahead,
listening to
Bino.
this?
Go ahead, Bino. Go ahead,
Michael?
Bean. Give us your top 3.
I'll go with my worst first. It was the
Yeah,
Anaheim
the
Ducks,
Islanders.
AJ. I agree. The
Oh,
Anaheim
my
Ducks
God.
worst.
Worse than the Islanders who did nothing.
Excuse me. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. The Ducks is the worst. Honorable mention because it's a retro jersey. The Green Devil jersey, which is
Oh.
fire. That's a retro jersey. That's a true.
I do like that jersey.
the
No, it's
the
fit.
Whalers,
It's
the
ugly.
Hartford, the Carolina Whalers. You want to call them that? And I don't think anyone said the St. Louis Blues. They had that red. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've
it's
seen.
gross.
They have the old
gross.
red. No, it's not gross.
That was
Gross.
mid '90s. Like everybody had that kind of shit going on in the mid '90s.
Wait, these are your picks?
Those no. I'm getting to my picks. That was my honorable.
Oh, my God. So much prelude.
You've
the
named like
Devils,
half the league.
the Whalers, the Blues, the
Those are
Ducks.
honorable mentions.
These are
The
the,
Ducks is the
honorable
worst,
mentions.
and I have the best. Far and away, the best retro jersey is the Colorado Nordiques. And if you don't agree, you're 100% wrong. The Avalanche Nordiques jersey is the best one by far. Like,
Okay.
anyone,
Sorry, I'm interrupting. I'm sorry.
that is it's a retro jersey. The Colorado Avalanche were the Quebec Nordiques, and they took the Nordiques jersey and put the Avalanche colors. That is by far the best of all of them.
AJ's going to have the same problem because the
Yeah,
Nordiques.
same
they-
exact thing with Hartford. They don't deserve to wear it.
Yes, they
They
do.
It should have been a letter. It should have been an
They-
A in the
It's
Nordique
the
style.
same-
It's the same
That would've
team.
been
They
cool.
just
That would've been-
moved. It's like
And my last score was an incomplete by the Islanders. They didn't even participate in.
Thank you. That's fine. get on
as an
board with that.
Islanders fan, the only other alternative jersey they've had is the Fisherman, and every other jersey has been exactly the same for like 40 years, or actually 60 years. However, whenever they joined, I don't even know.
My honorable mention was the Calgary Flames. Love it. My number 3 was the Montreal Canadiens.
I like the blue Canadian jersey.
Gorgeous blue. They wore it
Yeah.
last night. It looked sharp on the ice.
That's classy.
My number 2 was the Carolina Whale. And my number 1, I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. But the Caps, there's so much reverse about it. Like, this is what the Rangers should have done. The Liberty
Yeah.
jerseys either
Yes.
should have been white
Yep.
or red. They should have reversed it. They
Just
should have reversed
the red heritage jersey.
Somewhere
red,
over here,
blue.
somewhere in this general area,
Fantastic.
the white jersey.
And listen, I don't mind the Rangers reverse retros. It's just that I feel like they slightly dropped the ball on the details. Like last night, it was
100%
difficult
agree.
to see the numbers on the ice. If there was some white in the numbers like there was in the old school ones, you'd see them. But I think they could have gone red with it. I think they could have gone white with it. They could have reversed it. It's not reversed enough to make the top 3.
Do you want
It's
some?
not it's not a reverse at all.
But I
their
love the
primary
Liberty. I love the
colors.
Liberty logo. I love the Liberty logo itself. I love it.
Do you want some Twitch answers?
Yes, go ahead.
please tell us what what are they saying?
Gozeri Tall 77 said AVS NJD NYR the whale. So he gave more than a few.
Avs, Devils, Rangers, Whale.
You didn't have to explain to Billy what those things meant.
Yeah, no, actually, you did. You did.
No, you actually did. You actually
I
did.
absolutely had to tell him what
You
it meant.
absolutely had to. I knew 3 of the 4.
Him and Giacomin.
Yeah, my boy Giacomin. I love Giacomin. And then your brother-in-law said the Flying Duck, the Whalers number 1, Nordiques number 2, and then Toronto number 3.
Hold on.
Toronto
What about
isn't-
What about the Flying Duck? Was
He said
He
the
loves
fly-
it. He
said,
loves
he
it.
said the Flying
Horrible.
Duck is outstanding.
Horrible. It looks like a cartoon, like a kid's
Awful.
jersey. A kid drew
That's
it.
the point. That's the point of it.
He also said no doubt Al, but I don't remember what that was in reference to.
You don't
Probably
know what nostalgia is, Beano.
I know what nostalgia is. The Mighty Ducks movie jersey, that was their reverse retro. That was the original. That should have been their jersey. And maybe change those colors. They threw a cartoon character with a goalie mask with his arm in the air and like, this is our jersey.
They wore that. They wore that back in the day. That's
When?
One time.
maybe a couple times. I remember working at Wonderland Sports on 11th Avenue in Brooklyn, and we sold that jersey. And
Like
it was a
once
top
or
seller.
twice.
And it was a horrible jersey then. Are they in
Top seller.
circulation? Are they in circulation, those jerseys? Because they're disgusting.
The person that
There's
designed
more
it was
Gordon
passed on.
Fishman jerseys than that
2 to
disgusting
5,
Duck
7
jersey.
to 9.
That's what the Islanders should have done. They completely and wholeheartedly dropped the ball by not bringing back the Gordon's Fisherman. Even edit it so it's like so you don't get sued. But bring back those colors, the teal and the orange. Do something. They did nothing
Is that
because they're a worthless franchise.
Hey,
and that's
hey,
why.
Hey.
No, you stay behind the curtain, Bill. This is not your time to come out now. You're an actual Islander fan. You don't actually. You wouldn't care if they lost.
I owned a
It would
Gordon's
upset
Fishman
me
jersey.
for
I
like
love that jersey. I
3
had one of those
seconds.
jerseys. That was awesome. That jersey.
It's a
I love
great
that.
jersey.
No. My question was, I didn't realize that it was actually like a licensed logo that they used for the jersey.
Yeah, they got sued for it.
I think it was just too similar.
Yeah, they got sued by Gordon's Fisherman.
I had no idea. That's hilarious.
That's
Remember
why
when
people make fun of them.
When they went to Brooklyn, they did the Brooklyn Hipsters, but they just switched the Fisherman to a hipster. Classic Islanders.
I never saw that. That's
You never
hilarious.
saw
That's actually really funny.
We'll have to
Great.
pull that up for next time. Before hold on, before we get out of here. And by the way, these podcasts are just we're going on almost 2 hours here. This is phenomenal.
What a
Hour
show.
37.
We
Again,
lost a lot of. We lost everybody as soon as
What a show.
Lean signed off.
She was the peak.
Billy,
She was good. Lean was good.
I'm getting a lot of comments on that chat, I think. Thanks, Action Jackson. A lot of love coming my way in the group chat on Twitch.
AJ.
Jackson.
Oh, there we go.
That's fucking great.
That's fucking awesome. I love it.
But he looks like the bad guy in the first Incredibles movie.
Perhaps he is.
Oh,
I
shit.
don't have kids, so I don't know.
Oh,
what that's like.
AJ's gone. Okay, he's back. Anyway, speaking of the New York hipsters and the Islanders being awful at everything, the Rangers' next game is this coming Monday against those New York Islanders. So, what do we think? What's going to happen here? Given the history of Alexander Georgiev against the Islanders, would you be upset if Quinn played Georgie? Should we roll with Igor? What are we thinking? Personally, I think Igor is the guy. He's got to be in there now. He's looking good. He's sharp again. I'd play Igor. I'm not the coach. What's going to happen? Oh, someone's having a glass of wine in AJ's house.
Yeah.
For the record, I also want a glass of wine.
We heard it. Christina, enjoy your wine. You deserve it.
Red or
But
white?
Go ahead, Beano.
Shesterkin has to start. His team has won 2 straight games. He's played both games. They've won both games, especially the last game. They looked great in that win. He has to play. I was one of the guys that said, roll the 2 goals until someone presents themselves as number 1. He's playing like a number 1. That's how you have to go. That's what I say.
Agree or disagree,
100%.
Alex and AJ?
No, I agree.
You do not
100%.
change the lineup.
I think it's unanimous.
Unless Alex?
Unless
Blackwell's
Blackwell
ready
gets
to go.
healthy.
Unless Blackwell, of course.
And then Gauthier is back on the taxi squad.
Gautier's got to go to the AHL. He's got to play.
I'm going to tell you
got,
something, though.
The kid's got talent. He's got to play.
I will not.
Blackwell's the next captain.
I will not be surprised in the slightest if Georgiev plays against the Islanders on Monday. It won't surprise me.
I think it's going to happen.
I don't think they should.
I hope not.
I think you roll with the hot hand, but
this Devil game got canceled. It's going to be a really long layoff for him. If he doesn't play in this game, he's going to play.
What do we think? Which Ranger team shows up? The Ranger team that played opening night, or the Ranger team that has showed up since? Because the Islanders blew the doors off us opening night. So, what are we expecting? Do we keep the good times rolling?
Yes, I think we're back on track right now. Quinn's got them playing well. Got to leave Igor in net, but I think right now the defense is steady and we're rolling now. Especially with Panarin playing like he is. I don't think we're going to have a repeat of opening night. I hope not.
Hello, your device is ready for setup.
What?
Alexa, shut up.
Alexa, order toilet paper. Are you unplugged? AJ, are you unplugged?
No, I got this mic is just. I got to give it to Apple. This mic is fire.
Oh my god, it's sensitive. Does anyone else have anything to say about this upcoming Islander game?
Let's go, Durs.
I think some.
Not Billy.
Brett Howden and Johnson. They got to. I want to see Brett give them the
Brett
mitts.
Howden is not fighting Ross Johnson.
Brett's giving him the mitts. He's gonna do it.
You out of your mind?
Knuckle sandwiches all day.
Ross Johnson is awful. He shouldn't even be in the Islanders lineup. That's why the Islanders suck too.
Wait, when you watch Ross Johnson fight, it's effortless. Effortless.
Sucks.
He doesn't even try, and he just beats the shit out of people. Great.
He stinks. And Howden's not going to fight him. But I would like. I mean, I'd pay to see it. But
he's the only guy on the team that's going to do it, besides maybe Lemieux or Rooney.
Go ahead, Bean.
I think we're actually going to have a really good hockey game on Monday because now we're 3 weeks into the season. We've seen them twice, and they've seen us twice. And I predict a typical Ranger give up a goal in the first couple of minutes, but we're going to score another goal, and then it's going to be an actual real hockey game, and there will be a fight, AJ, and I think it will be. There's definitely going to be a fight in that hockey game.
I agree, and I can't wait.
Good. Yeah, it sucks they're not playing tomorrow. I mean, COVID's making its way around the league a little bit with the Sabres, the Devils, the Wild. I know we're on pause. It sucks. Hopefully it doesn't affect the Rangers. I know that Kakko was in protocols, but he's got the all clear. Bound to happen. It happened in baseball.
He rose again on the third day.
It's happening in all the sports, but you know what? Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy and starts to,
But they're kind
be
of
on its merry way.
All these experts are saying that there's no way the NHL plays this full 56-game season. Baseball played their entire season. The NFL played their entire season. The NHL can do it.
And they will do it.
These guys got to get their shit together.
Did you see they took the boards off behind the bench to increase airflow? They took all the glass down.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Whatever it takes, just get it. Let's go.
If Steven Strasburg can get thrown out of a game sitting 15 rows in the stands, these guys can fucking do it.
And again, AJ wants to talk baseball. Anyway,
speaking of,
the Rangers are looking far better. We have every reason to be excited about Monday night. Another showdown with the Islanders, and obviously next week when we come back, we will discuss that and any other games that take place. But I mean, before we go, I think it's time for Gordon Ramsay to check in with us, isn't it, Billy?
Any last words, you f***ing donkeys?
Actually, Gordon, these donkeys do have some last words, and whoever wants to go first, step on up. Give us your last words on this Friday night.
Trevor Bauer signing with the Dodgers after Ricky Diffendale sang a song about him is the peak Ricky Diffendale.
But also,
guy becomes the CFO. Hockey season ends immediately.
All right,
sings a song about Trevor Bauer.
Rain down on me. I also gave a rebuttal today to Trevor Bauer, tell him to go fuck himself in nicer words, and I got to do it live on WFAN. So suck it, Trevor Bauer. Hope you suck out in LA. We don't need you. The Mets will beat the Dodgers in the NLCS. Book it. That's my last word. Go ahead.
As soon as you hung up the phone, Craig and Evan started talking about your shitty toupee. Classic.
Yes,
Yes,
that was
yes,
amazing.
of course.
That was the most
Yeah,
amazing
yes.
thing I've ever seen. I can't believe
They
that
started
happened.
talking about someone else wearing a toupee. You can't see a guy through the
It was
radio. And this is all
great.
real. All these balding pricks are jealous of my hair.
What's wrong with this?
What are you talking
Bags
about
is-
balding? What are you
ba-
talking about balding?
Not you,
Look at
you
this.
son of a bitch. You're like 14 years old. Sean bags barely hanging on. All these kids are balding, except for Billy because he's 6. I had a great day today in the Mets world, but at the end of the day, let's go Rangers. Alex, those are obviously his last words. Get well, Blackwell. Get Blackwell. And what do we have? Captain Boyle. Bring back Brian Boyle.
He can
He's
win
a
a
good
face-off. He can win a face-off.
We need Boyle and Stepan on the third
He's not
quarter
right.
lines. You cut Brett Howden outright for Boyle and Stepan. Well, these are great last words. These are the best ones we've had so far, I think. Again, I want to thank our guests, Patrick Hoffman, Natalina, Focarelli. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I don't know. We just keep calling her. She's lean now. She's our friend. She's a friend of the podcast. We'll have them both back at some point. I want to thank Billy. Suck it,
Thank you.
Trebek. Thank you, Billy. Billy, thank you for showing your face tonight.
Man.
Look, she didn't accept them.
You're still waiting?
Natalina has still not accepted Beano's request on Facebook.
Natalie, please do not accept him.
No, hold on.
Accept him.
Tune in next time to see if Beano and Natalina become Instagram friends. This has been the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast, episode 3. Thank you, gentlemen, Beano, AJ, Alex, for being here. Cobb, rest in the sweetest of pieces. Perhaps we'll see you next week. I know Beano's out next week, right?
I'm out.
So don't think you're being replaced. It's a temp. We're bringing in a temp.
I'm a maybe.
You're not being replaced. Hopefully
Who's the
AJ's
temp?
dead by then, and it's no big
Your
deal.
whole
But,
life is a maybe.
and then you can suck it. But
Won't be
anyway,
the first time I die.
Who's the temp?
we're gonna bring on
Tell
John
everybody.
Amato. John Amato of Hole in One will
You
grace
ruined
us
it.
with his
You're ruined.
presence.
Don't tell them. Don't tell these people anything.
No,
No
we're
one
telling
knows
them.
who he is.
Anyway, Billy,
Who
shut
are
up
we-
behind the curtain.
Who are we
Are you on the?
telling? There's nobody listening.
Billy's not on the podcast, but he's just screaming on the podcast tonight. I love it every second of it.
It happens.
Anyway,
Sign Brian Boyle. Bring him in. Fourth line center. Give him a C. Something. Someone has taken control.
C.
of the team.
and
Someone
then
has control. of the
also trade for Stepan. What could go wrong? Anyway, Ranger things have happened. We talked about them all. We'll talk about more of them next week. Beat the Islanders. Let's go. Keep the good times rolling. Start your Sturkin. We will see you next week at some point. It might not be Friday, but we'll see you next week. We love you. Let's go Rangers. God bless you all.